The fastest way to disappear from your own life is to become good at carrying pressure nobody can see. Not the loud pressure, not the crisis people rush to notice. The quiet kind, the kind you carry while still replying to messages, still working, still smiling, still making sure nobody feels awkward because you are tired. You wake up tense. Before the day begins, your mind is checking the list. Who needs an answer? What might go wrong? Which bill is waiting? Which conversation is unfinished? Which feeling do you hide because explaining it would sound too dramatic? So you keep moving. And because you keep moving, people think you are fine. From the outside, you look responsible, calm, mature, reliable, strong. But inside, your mind is always holding something. A family worry, a deadline, a money fear, a future you are scared to face, a version of yourself you keep delaying because everyone else's needs feel urgent. This is the hidden rule. If you can still function, people assume you are not struggling. Silent pressure does not look like a problem when you are still functioning. So you do not call it heavy. You call it normal. And that is how the cage becomes invisible. You were not born believing your pressure should stay invisible. Somewhere, you were taught silence was the price of being responsible. You were taught that strong people do not complain. They handle things. They understand. They adjust. They make space. They keep the peace. They do not turn their stress into someone else's problem. At first, this sounds mature. So you learn to lower your needs before anyone has to reject them. You say, "It is fine," before you even know if it is fine. You swallow disappointment because explaining it feels like starting trouble. And slowly, silence starts looking like character. You become the person who does not ask for much, the person who understands everyone, the person who keeps going, even when something inside you is asking for rest, honesty, or change. But here is the uncomfortable part. The rule was never neutral. People who never express pressure often get rewarded with more pressure. If you keep accepting the extra work, the extra guilt, the extra emotional weight, people start treating your silence like permission. You think you are being strong, but sometimes you are only becoming easy to overlook. This is where the false belief begins. If I can handle it, I should handle it. That belief can keep a person trapped for years because the problem is not only what you carry. The problem is what your silence teaches the world to keep giving you. Silent pressure becomes dangerous when it turns into a system. At first, you carry one thing quietly, then another, a small responsibility, a family expectation, a friend's emotional weight, a job demand, a money fear, a decision you postpone because your mind has no space left. Nobody sees the full pile. They only see that you handled the last thing, so they bring you the next thing. This is how pressure compounds. Not always because people are cruel. Not always because they plan to use you. Sometimes they learn from what you keep allowing. Your life has trained them to believe you can absorb more without anything changing. You become the stable one, the safe one, the one who will understand, the one who will figure out, the one who will not refuse. But being a stable place for everything around you can make your own life stop moving. Your energy goes into keeping peace instead of building direction. Your attention gets pulled into problems that feel urgent, but are not always yours. Your future keeps waiting behind responsibilities that never end. Whatever you keep carrying without limits becomes part of your assigned role. What you carry silently does not stay small. It becomes your role. And because the system does not look dramatic, it hides inside ordinary days. This is why your life can feel heavy even when nothing obvious is wrong. You are not collapsing. You are just always bracing. You reply to the message even though you have no energy. You say yes because explaining no feels harder. You delay your own plan because someone else's situation feels more urgent. You avoid the honest conversation because you already know it may turn into guilt. So your day looks normal, but your mind never fully lands. You are thinking about money while doing work, thinking about work while sitting with family, thinking about family while trying to rest, thinking about the future while pretending you are fine in the present. That is the cost of silent pressure. It divides you. You become physically present but mentally occupied, helpful but quietly resentful, responsible but tired, loved by people who depend on you, but unseen in the places where you are slowly wearing down. And because you keep handling it, nobody feels forced to notice. Even you stop noticing. You only feel the result. Low energy, delayed goals, small irritation, numbness, the strange feeling that your life belongs to everyone except you. The answer is not to become colder. The answer is to become accurate about what your silence is costing you. The moment you stop calling silent pressure strength, you begin to see the real rule. Not everything you can carry belongs to you. Some pressure is responsibility, but some pressure is training. Training you to stay quiet, training you to accept less space, training you to prove love through exhaustion, training you to keep peace by losing yourself. This does not mean you abandon people. It means you stop treating your inner life like the cheapest thing in the room. You start noticing the difference between real duty and inherited pressure, between support and ownership, between being dependable and being where everyone drops what they do not want to carry. Pressure does not become harmless just because nobody sees it, and strength does not mean absorbing everything without a sound. Sometimes the shift is not doing more. It is naming what has been sitting on your chest for years. The trap was not that you were weak. The trap was that you kept proving strength to a system that only rewarded your silence. Once you see the rule clearly, old silence stops looking like maturity. It starts looking like where your life was spent.